T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Welcome to another chill review. This time it's going to be the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Jakks Pacific 4-inch Sonic the Hedgehog action figures from that particular movie that I just mentioned. And Knuckles. But it's going to be Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. I didn't get the Dr. Robotnik because I did not like the way he looked. But I like that these are decently articulated for $10. So let's take a look at what they have to offer. Here is Sonic in his packaging right here. There's that. There's this right here. On the back it says, Sonic is your typical lightning-fast teenage hedgehog hero, stopping crime, saving the world, and looking cool while he does it. And I previously opened Tails and Knuckles, as you can see. I just found Sonic tonight, well, the night of me recording this, I should say. But here's a look at Tails packaging right here. And here is a look at Knuckles packaging. But let me get Sonic open and talk to you about all three of these. One thing I'm going to suggest for all of these when you open them, they have kind of small joints and they are stiff. I would suggest grabbing at the base and moving them around to like loosen them up a little bit. And right here, like at the elbow hinge, bend that to, I'm bending the elbow hinge forward. And then I'm like grabbing like right here, putting my fingernail right there and bending it, not grabbing at the hand. I'm trying to bend directly at the joint, at least the first time. For all of these, because the Tails, woof. I did this on Tails. His joints are even smaller, and I saw stress marks like immediately. Here are all three of them together, side by side, and going off of what I've seen on the trailers, they do seem to be in really good scale with each other. Let's see, I'm gonna grab a 6-inch action figure to show you how short they are next to you adult humans, which is probably accurate in the movie. I believe they're about this tall compared to a regular human. Now, if you buy the Robotnik that's a part of this line, he is not going to scale like this. He is pretty much probably a little bit taller than Knuckles. Let's get Tails out the way first. Tails, look at him. He has like fur texture sculpted all into the body, because as you know in the movie, they are way more detailed than any of the video games or cartoon series. But he is so faithful, super duper 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 faithful to the video game. It's crazy looking at this. Like even right there, that looks like a steal from the video game. Only thing is weird is not being able to see any eyebrow detail. The eyebrow detail gets lost right there. Well, I'm thinking I kind of wish it was painted a little bit more right there. But yeah, let's start showing the articulation. The tails are on a ball joint. So they rotate around. You're pretty much going to have to keep them like this to get them to stand up, because the tails are not hollow. And here he is standing up straight. He's going to fall down every single time. So that's pretty much a kickstand for him. He does come with this little blaster right here, which the hand has a grip hold, but yeah, doesn't really even look right holding that. The head, I believe, is on a ball joint, but it's one of them ball joints that's all the way up into the socket, and then the sculpting is wrapped around it. So it's pretty much just a swivel, because you can get it to bobble a little bit, but you can't make it look up or down really. And I wouldn't force it because I already see a stress mark on it. Shoulders are on pretty much a hinge swivel. The elbows are the same. They've been a little tiny bit more than 90 degrees, it looks like. And I think the wrists are on ball joints, but they just mostly swivel. The legs are designed just like the shoulders. They try to put the things in such an angle where the leg can mostly kick straight out. And if his tails weren't in the way, let's see, they can kick back a bit. The knees bend that much and swivel. These joints, these pegs that hold the body together scare me. And the ankles are on a ball joint, but the socks are so high, you're not going to get really much of anything out of that. So, they're posable. You can get them in a pose, but you'll need, oh yeah, this pops off if you move it too much. You'll need your own stands or whatever to get them like super duper dynamic. I wish instead of this gun, it came with a propeller set of tails, where it's just a stem coming out and then a circular disc. That would have been way more interesting than this gun. And you could just have him like this flying around. But now you just have to use your imagination. And let me just say this right now. Even though these are things that have more posability than a lot of children's toys, these are geared towards kids because this articulation is kind of frustrating. Only adult collectible thing that I can think of that's somewhat like this is the Crash Bandicoot. Since they have these weird anthropomorphic cartoony bodies, it's kind of hard to give them any real articulation that's actually useful. But let's get Knuckles in. Save Sonic for last. Knuckles comes with this piece of a ship, I guess. Now on the movie clip we saw that they broke one of the Robotnik's robots and was using like a ripped up piece of robot, but I think they went with this little ship looking detail from Sonic Adventure 2. He is covered in, he is covered in furry, spiky details. They painted the eyes, they're kind of like purple. Could you see Tails' eyes, which are blue? But all the details that Knuckles would have in a video game, like everything is shaped exactly the same. His tail doesn't rotate or anything. And his boots detail, the boot detail, besides the metal right there and this down here, these are definitely Timberlands. They look like Timberlands. But I think other cheaper boots look like that too. His articulation, while it's easier to move his joints because his parts are thicker than Tails, he is greatly hindered in the neck. And I could see children ripping the freaking head off of this thing. But yeah, the head is basically almost stationary. I'll mess with that later after I show you. He has the same articulation as Tails. The elbows don't bend as much because they're beefier, but they swivel right there, and the fists are on a ball joint. The legs come up about that high, and if you keep trying to force it to go higher, you're going to pull the peg out. But they go out to the side. I didn't show this on Tails. But yeah, you got that. The knees do that and swivel, and you get the ball joint and the ankle that moves a little bit and rotates. But the hair, these spikes are like so tough. Like I had to like wedge it around this shoulder, and I can see the stress mark in the neck when I was doing that. But in order to make him turn his head, you got to do way too much. If these were a little bit more pliable, like holy crap, the head would move a little bit more. They should have definitely thought about that. But he has this, and he has peg holes in the bottom of his boots. So you can put him on this and have him snowboarding down a cliff. There you are. These are cool. Well, let me hold that for my final thoughts. And here is Sonic. Sonic is a little bit knuckles and tails as far as the joint. These boards 100% identical. Let's show you a close-up. In the movie, the in between his eyes is fur connected to this, or the quills or whatever. It's not one big giant eye. And this, I'm gonna have to pay attention in the movie. This looks way more game accurate than I remember him even looking in the first movie. I think the only thing changed is they gave him blue arms instead of the flesh color fur right there. Fur and quills, I should say. Here's the bottom of his shoes. But his head has no problem rotating. The shoulders, I kind of showed you this. It does all that. Elbow bends more than knuckles and rotates. Wrist on a ball joint and rotates. Legs can kick forward. And this one did pop off on me because I kicked it forward too far. Then go back, and of course out to the side. You can bend, and you can swivel like this, and you can do this inside of there on a ball joint and rotate. So let me get my best Sonic pose. Something like that. Unfortunately, you need your own stands. And I do have a link in my Amazon link in the description. I have a section called Action Figure Enhancers where you can buy stands. I have listed in there. But let's get him on this. I mean, he does have this stand. But I wish they could look up a bit more, to be honest. And the joints are only but so strong to hold the weight of this plastic. It's not hollow plastic like the heads are dense and hard. But yeah, they are. You're gonna definitely need these stands to even just get them standing up. So yeah, they are definitely more kid friendly than anything I collect. Like I compared them to this G.I. Joe Cobra figure or the Alley Viper. These things are crazy articulated and not so hindered, and their ankles can get into a good position to stand up. These, you pretty much got to just stand them up straight. And it's hard to get them even in an action pose. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, If you like what you see, then I can suggest these. If you don't like what you see, they would be good for a kid, I guess above the age of 8. One that won't just straight rip these into pieces. I can't suggest them for little small kids that still put things in their daggone mouth and all that. So, yeah. Thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.